Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all of you. I'm Mahbuba Hasan, English teacher of Master Preparatory KG School, Sector 4 branch. As I have missed, let me ask you about Eid vacation. How was it? Good? Okay. Have you go outside for visiting somewhere? No? That's very wise decision. We shouldn't go outside for visiting anywhere, right? Because we need to stay healthy, stay fit, right? That's the thing. So, that's what our previous lesson, right? Good health. How to maintain good health? Exactly. You have to raise early in the morning, do some exercises, have some healthy food, drink lots of water, enough water for your body. So, that's what the good health. And the paragraph was very helpful for you to understand how to maintain good health and how to keep yourself fit, and that's how you can stay free from any type of disease. And that's what the good health means, right? Yes. So let's go for our today's lesson. It was our previous lesson. It was just paragraph. So please learn the paragraph. It is very important for the second term syllabus, and moreover, it's very important for you as well, isn't it? You maintain the good health and tell others to maintain in such way. So let's go for our today's lesson. Today's lesson is type of question. I'm going to ask you some question which is related to WH words. Can you guess what's the topic? Yes, of course. You can guess that what's the topic of today. I'm going to discuss with you the topic WH question. Yes, how to make WH question. Normally, normal statement we can say, but what is WH question? WH questions we use in case of knowing some extra information, additional information from others. Normally, if I just ask you by using any helping verb like have you done your breakfast? You can say just yes or no. So that's the point. Whenever we use any helping verb to ask any question, we just can answer by saying yes or no. But when we use WH words for asking for any question, to ask to know something, that time you cannot answer by saying yes or no. You have to give answer in detail. Okay, in detail. So there is some rules and there is some structure to make this WH questions. And each and every WH words are used for different situations. Like in case of who, what, when, why, how. Remember that how is also WH word, family. And these are the WH word. We have where, when, these are also. These are using for different situation, for different purposes, right? So we will go for PowerPoint presentation slide to know about it more in detail, about the WH words, the structures, and the in which situation we have to use that. In detail, we'll go and learn that. Okay? So please watch the video till the end. It is most important, one of the most important topics in your second term syllabus. Not only second term, you can get this topic in the first term, second term, and final term also. Moreover, this topic is very important for you for class 4 and 5. So please learn this topic and watch the video till the end. I guess it will help you to understand more about WH question. And moreover, let me tell you one thing, secret. There are some secret tips from me for you to write the WH question, the 8 tricks or 8 ideas to write WH question correctly. Want to know that? Then watch the video till the end.
Dear students,
I was telling you how to make WH question, right? And why we use that. So let's start in detail. Why will you use WH question? To know about any information in detail, isn't it? When you ask to others for any personal information, then you need to use this WH question or WH words before asking any question. Now, look at here. We use WH questions for asking any information, and they cannot be answered by saying only yes or no. Because when you ask someone by using WH words, they have to tell you the detailed information, like in sentence, by just not saying that yes or no. Like if you say, "Where are you from?" Others cannot answer only say by saying yes or no, right? They has to be exact and clear about the information. Now look at here. We have two types of questions. One that you can answer by saying yes or no, and other one is the WH question. Yes or no means normally when you ask this type of question or you make this type of question, that time you have to use the helping. First of all, you can see that here is the helping verb, and that's the WH words. It starts with the helping verb. We have 23 helping verbs. So among any one of them you can use it according to the situation. But in case of WH question, you have to use only the specific WH words according to the situation. Clear? So let's go for the WH words, that why we use that and in which situation. Now look at that. These are the WH words, that who, what, when, which, where, how, why. By using this type of words, we ask WH question. And yes, there is you can ask me that it's not starting with WH word, then why it's actually it is also part of WH word, okay? And these are using in many purposes according to the situation. Now look one by one. Who, the WH word who we use when you ask for any person, asks to know about any person, that time. And what, when you ask about anything, any idea or any action, that time you have to use what. When is for time. When you are asking to know about any time, you want to know about any time, that time you have to use when. Where we use in case of any place or position, to know about anyone's place or position. Now why. Why is for only reason that something happened, that's why you are just want to know the reason that time. And how is using for two purposes. It can be for number, it can be for amount, any amount, or it can be for knowing anything, that the way something is done, the process, the procedure. To know about that, we use how. Now look at that. How can you understand that you have to choose these WH words? Look, there will be given a sentence. Here is the given sentence, and there will be underlining words, some underlining words. So based on the underlining words, you have to choose the WH word. Now here's the sentence, my name is Akash. Now Akash is underlining word here, isn't it? And for that reason, you are not allowed to write the same word in here to make the question, but you have to choose WH word based on the underlining words, which is what here. Why what here? Because it is talking about the name, one thing or one idea, that's why. Now listen, in case of this situation, you have to use what. Now that's why I'm saying what is your name. Now you may ask me that what is my why my become your. Listen, as you know that we are asking for information in detail,
See, if you know any information, so why you will ask yourself, right? Normally, to know about any information, we ask others, not ourselves. If we know information, then why we'll ask to ourselves, right? So for that reason, the my will be your, I will be you, and we will be also you. So let's go for that rule. Look, if the subject is I pronoun or we pronoun, you have to write it you in both cases. Why? Look, I is referring to one person, but when you change it to you, that is also one person. And you know one thing, that you, this word, is using in case of singular or one person and more than one person, both. So instead of we will write you in the question. Listen, I, we, these will be written in the given sentence. Remember that the given sentence, this one, in the given sentence. But when you write when you make the question, that time you have to write you. It will become you. Clear? Now let's go for this one, the structure. And based on the sentence, the given sentence, you have to choose the structure. If you find two verbs in a sentence, it means there will be one helping verb and one main verb. Yes, one helping verb and one main verb. Now, if there is two verbs, it means one helping verb and one main verb. That time you have to follow this structure. That WH word plus helping verb plus subject, then the given verb, then object, and of course the question mark, because it's a question. You have to put a question mark at the end of the sentence. And there is one thing. Remember always, this structure you have to memorize it. Remember that, memorize it and write it down in your CW copy so that you can practice it further. This is the structure, and according to the structure, we have to make the question. So let's go for one example and know about it. Now look, Rafi has finished studying completely. Now look, here is the underlining word, right? Studying. Studying is it's a concept, right? He's studying. Sorry, it's not concept. It's one work, your action, that what you were doing. You were like what Rafi is doing. Rafi is studying, that one. And look, how many verbs are here? Has is here helping verb. Finished is the main verb, right? In the past participle form. So it is the thing that here is two verbs. That's why you have to follow this structure. Clear? For the two verbs, if there is two verbs, it means one is helping verb, another is the main verb. That time you have to write according to the structure. How, what to do? As I'm saying that studying is an action. Rafi's activity. So you have to choose the WH word what. Then the helping verb. Helping verb is given here, has. Then the subject. Subject is also given here, Rafi. Then the given verb. Why given verb? It means what is given in the sentence. Here is finished. Then object and the question mark. Object is here completely, and the question mark. So look at here. What has Rafi finished completely? Like this way you have to make the question. And look, it is followed by all the structure. WH word plus helping verb, then subject, given verb and object, and at last the question mark. Clear? This is how you have to choose. Remember one thing. Based on the underlining word, you have to choose the WH word. Then based on the verbs, that how many verbs are there, you have to choose the structure. Now, how to understand that? How do you understand? How do you know about helping verb? Listen, helping verb always help the main verb. The action words, okay, the doing words will be the main verb. And there will be another verb, have, has, had, like we have 23th helping verb. Among 23, one of will be there with the before the action verb, okay, to help the action verb, we use the helping verbs. In short, whenever you will get the sentence, just check out that how many verbs are there. That's it. You can understand that you have to follow this structure. And remember one thing, helping verb always sit before the main verb. What I say? Helping verb always sit before the action verb or the main verb. Clear? Now look, if there is only one verb, what to do? In case of one verb, you have to follow this structure. WH word plus do, did, does. These three helping verbs you have to adopt according to the tense. Tense means that whether it is past, present or future. That thing you have to understand. Then the subject, then base form of verb, and it's called verb 1 in short. Okay, it's called verb 1 in short. Base form of the verb, then object, then the question mark. So let's go for the same example in different way. Look, Rafi finishes studying completely. Here finishes is the action verb, and look, it is in the present tense. How do you understand that this is the present tense? Because for this third person singular number Rafi, here with the main verb we have to use is or es. Finishes, that's why es we have to add. That's why we understand this is in the present tense. Okay, and here is only one verb. So look how you have to do. You have to write what as based on the starting. That's why. Then you have to use does. Why? Because Rafi is the third person singular number, and in case of present tense with third person singular number we use does, and in other case we use do. Then the base form, then the subject, you can see the subject, then the base form finish, then completely is the object or extension here. Now look, I have shown you exactly one by serially to indicate that how much it is important. You have to learn this structure also. Write it down in the CW copy so that you can practice it further. And full structure you have to learn, okay? And you have to follow exactly the same. Now look, there is one thing that you have to remember, the use of do, did, does. Listen, in case of all type of present tense like I, you, we, they, okay, or any type of third person plural, we use do as a helping verb. But in case of only third person singular number, we use does, like he, she, it, or any kind of third person. It means all the things in the world is called third person singular number. All the thing in the world is called third person singular number, but it has to be one in number. Okay, everything in the world one in number is called third person singular number. In case of that you have to use does, but in case of our other rest of it you have to write do in the present tense, and for the past tense only you have to write did. In case of all subjects you have to use did. Okay, you have to use did. So let's go for next slide. Exercises. Look at the first exercise. I cannot go outside for having heavy raining. It's raining outside, say for example, and you cannot go outside. Now for heavy raining, in the underlining word you can know the reason. Here is writing about the reason. Now how to make the question here? You have to write why as a WH word. And look, here is two verbs, can and go, helping verb and the main verb. That's why the following the structure 1 you have to write this answer. Why cannot you go outside? Here why is the WH word plus helping verb, as here is it is the negative sentence, here is not. Then the subject, then the base form of the verb. Why here is the base form of the verb? Because it is given in the sentence. That's why. So here is the given sentence, then extension. Here can be anything. It can be object, it can be any preposition, it can be other rest of the words. Okay, then the question mark. Now look, number 2. Bangladesh is called by riverine country. Underlining word is riverine country. So based on this, you can understand that it will be what, right? And how many verbs are here? Is called. Two verbs. The same structure will be followed here. Why? Because is the helping verb and call is the main verb here. Now look at this. What is Bangladesh called by? By is the preposition. It is left, so you have to write at the end of the sentence. Like this way, you have to make WH question. Now look, number 3. He goes there by bike. Here, by bike is underlining word. And of course, you are not allowed to write the underlining word. Now look at here. Here is he goes there. How many verbs are here? Exactly. Here is only one verb. There is no helping verb. So it will be the structure 2. So, and it is in the present tense. You can see, right? Yes. So let's go for the answer. And oh, listen. Here is by bike. So you have to choose the WH word. Can you guess which WH word you have to use? Exactly. It will be how. How does he go there? Why? How is the WH word based on the underlining word? Then does, because you have to adapt. Then the subject, then the main verb. It means base form of the verb. Verb 1, because after do, did, does, the verb will be always present form. After do, did, does, always verb will be the present form. Clear? Then there is the extension. You have to write that. Shafiq should eat healthy food. Here, Shafiq is it's about a person, isn't it? And here is how many verbs? 2 verbs, should and eat, right? So you have to write accordingly. There will be no changes. Based on the underlining word, you have to choose the WH word. Who is the WH word? Then the helping verb. And there is no subject. Why no subject? Because subject is the underlining word. That's why. So it will be the WH word, then helping verb, then the main verb, then the extension. What is here? You have to write that. Now look. Number 5. My friend's name is Radif. It's a name again. Remember that? So you have to use what, right? What is your friend's name? Why your? Because it is my. This will be your. First person will become second person. That's why. Now, the last one. Last but not the least. Look, Anik sits next to Radif in the class. Now look, Anik sits next to Radif. Next to Radif is underlining here, and it is talking about any place, right? Position, that where he sits. About this, right? Kind of this. So this question is not correct. So let's see the correct one. Where does Anik sit in the class? Why will be here? Because it is about place. That's why where. Then the first structure will be followed here, because it is here is only one verb and it is in the present tense. That's why S is here. That's why does. Where does Anik sit in the class? Like this way. And look, after do, did, does, you have to write the base form. Here is the base form. Dear students, here is your HW. Now, this HW, you have to do it totally by yourself. There will be no option given. You have to make, you have to think, you have to write it down in the HW copy, okay? The HW number is 27. So make 5 WH question by yourself.
Dear kids, here is the tricks and summary of today's lesson. First one, focus on underlining word, because there will be given sentence, right? And there will be underlining words. Focus on the underlining word, and based on the underlining word, you have to choose the WH word. Remember that? Yes. Number 2. you have to check out or very much conscious about how many verbs are there and in which tense the verb is. How many verbs is, whether here is one verb or two verbs. Okay, check out that. And in which tense it is. Okay, is it past, present or future? Understand? Focus on that. Now, based on the tense and how many verbs, you have to choose the structure. If there is helping verb, you have to choose number one structure. That I have already shown. Which one is the number one? That number one structure, okay? With helping verb, that structure. And you know the structure, right? That WH word, then helping verb plus subject, then the given verb, which is given in the sentence. Then the object, then the question mark. After that, if there is no helping verb, that time you have to choose number two structure. What was that? That I have also shown you in this video. Number two was that WH word plus do, this or does. Do, did or does you have to choose according to the tense. For present tense you have to choose do or does. For the past tense you have to choose did. After that the subject, then the verb 1. It means base form of the verb. Present form or base form of the verb. Because after do, did, does the verb is always present tense. Base form. Then the object, then the question mark. Clear? Now the another important thing is that, can I ask yourself any question? Or can I, if I ask myself any question, you find me, oh, Miss is going to nuts. Totally, right? So it's not that. We are not asking any question to ourselves. We don't have any conversation with us. That's why if the sentence is, in the sentence, given sentence, if there is any I or we, you have to change it into you. Like, my name is Mahbuba Hasan. If you ask me this, if you make it question, WH question, you have to write, what is your name? You have to use your. My will be your. My will be your. Me, us, this, all are will be your. And most important thing, I forget to tell you, that is, you are not allowed to write the underlining words. Whatever the underlining words, you are not allowed to write it, except which and how. In case of age, you can write old, how old. In case of asking for any numbers, you can write how many. And in case of, say, any measurement, any quantity, that time you can write how much. And in case of which, you can write the noun after which. But except those which and how, you are not allowed to write any words from the underlining words. Clear? And of course, you have to give the question mark because you are asking question. That's why. That's must for you. That's why I didn't mention it much. So that's all for our today's class. I hope you have understood very well. And please, please, please stay at home and stay safe. Okay? And please study properly, because if you study regularly, it will be helpful for you for before the exam. That you don't have to study a lot before the exam. So complete your study, complete your lesson regularly.